Okay, so some of you might have seen me speak before. Some of you probably don't know who the heck I am. And that was actually the problem that I had as an entrepreneur. I was doing some really amazing things, and I'd go into meet a new client, and they would have no clue who I was. Because what I do is I do web marketing. And web marketing is getting sites to the top of the search engines, driving lots of business to their sites. So when I was sort of at my peak in terms of building businesses, I was doing a real estate network. And I had 150 real estate agents working for me as affiliates, where I basically just send them leads, as many leads as I could per day, and they would just send me money. And I kind of liked that kind of method. So what I was doing was I was sending about $200 million worth of real estate leads per day. And I thought, hey, that should make me pretty cool. But I'd go in to meet with a new client and be like, who are you? There's some guy off the street. They wouldn't know who I was. I was like, hello, I built this huge thing, but they wouldn't respect it. Nobody knew who I was. Even I was literally getting thousands of sites ranked on the search engines, but nobody knew who I was. Because my whole thing was I was a sort of undercover, kind of under the radar business person, and I was keeping everything very quiet and casual. But then I realized that around 2008, that if you were casual and hidden, you were going to get killed, because you can get SEO work, which is what I do, cheaper elsewhere. You can go to the Philippines or India or Bangladesh or Pakistan. Those places are really good at it, and they do it very cheaply. So competing with that and selling the same product didn't make sense. I wanted to sell something that nobody else had. Okay? So what I did was I said, okay, I'm not going to sell SEO services anymore. I'm going to sell Allan Pollett, because they don't have that in India. They don't have that in the Philippines. Okay? So I was like, hey, I'm going to sell something that nobody else has. And what I did was I made Allan Pollett, which is me, just in case you didn't get that, the SEO Guru. I called myself from then on the SEO Guru. I said, I am the guru, to take from my Indian friends. I called myself the guru and became that. It's sort of like, do you ever wonder why Pepsi or Coke are the best pop? It's because they say it enough. If you keep on saying it over and over and over again, people will sort of believe it. Well, that's what I did with SEO Guru. I basically I was good at marketing. I could get anything ranked to the top of the search engines. So why not put myself at the top? So I made myself #1 in the world for SEO Guru. So if you ever search that, you can find me at the top. And it's cool when you go into a meeting and you say, hey, I know you don't know who I am, but I am the SEO Guru. Go to Google, and they always do. They always get out their little phones and they test me on it. And they type it in, and they're like, oh, maybe he actually knows something. So it's cool that I created this branding thing that nobody else has. So that's what I kind of recommend to any business, that you create something that nobody else has, become the guru of whatever it is that you want. And from that, in 2008, when all the market was tanking, my business doubled that year. And it's pretty much doubled every year since. So I say this with sincere, this is good advice that if you could take, that make yourself the guru, the expert in whatever field you want to be. Whatever service it is, don't sell something that everyone else is selling, because you're going to basically be priced based on what everyone else is priced at. You don't want that. You want to be priced at your price, your value. So I hope that's my quick tip. Do I have enough for one more?
Oh yeah, keep going. This is good. I'm writing this stuff down, man.
Okay. So I'm used to talking for hours. People will get me up and they just say, shut up, Allan. So I'll give you one more cool thing that I learned as an entrepreneur. I was a sole entrepreneur for many, many years. I would try to do everything myself. So I really was the guru because I learned everything. I learned how to get things to the top of the search engines. I learned how to dominate Twitter. I learned how to dominate LinkedIn. I learned how to dominate any social media because I was doing it myself. I had to do it, right? But I realized that I only have like so many hours in a day. There's just happens to be 24. I try to work that 25th. It doesn't quite work. So what I realized is the only way I can make more money is not by working more hours. It's by finding people who can basically follow my directions and then pay them, like find out how much that service is marketable worth, and then find somebody that's willing to do it for half that. Okay? And then basically get as many people, hire as many people as I can. I'm always hiring new people to basically do more and more work. Because the more people I hire, the more money I make, because I make double what they what they cost. So the goal is to always find new services and new things. So I tell people I can do anything, which is semi-true. Okay? So the point is I always look for opportunities. I'm always like, when a new social media network comes out and people are like, oh, this is the greatest thing. I don't know anything about it, but I'll find somebody that does. And then I'll say, hey, I'm an expert on that. And I'll become an expert. Usually, Twitter, I was able to get to 10,000 followers, real followers, not the fakey kind that you can buy, within a month. Now I have about 50,000 followers. So I was able to learn it within that month and then dominate it within a month. I can pretty much do that with anything. So because it's all the same patterns and stuff. But the point is, I usually try to find another expert and put them under my guru status, and then I leverage that talent. So the point is, I always like to say I can do anything, and it's just a new opportunity to grow my business. So my goal is to always double every year, double my business. So the point is, don't be afraid of hiring somebody that's an expert, because that's just more opportunity for you to make money. Just pay them less. Okay? It's just the way it is. Okay? So hope that was useful. And